Three, two, one. Welcome to episode, I believe, 28 of the DZN podcast. I'm your host, Dre. Actually, the host for this episode is going to be Zoe. I am just going to be the leader of the intro, and then Zoe will take it from here. But I am Dre, of course, and I am also with
Big Zoe.
Surge.
All right. Well, we're going to play some music first. And all right, sir. Your time to shine.
Welcome back. I've been gone for a minute and I'm back. Hope y'all had a great Christmas. I didn't. I want to talk about today, man, the differences between white Christmas and the black Christmas. Have you ever noticed white people always have an energetic, healthy ass dog? They literally can do anything it puts his mind to. Bruh, when I went to my cousin's house, there was this dog, I swear to you, ran to me, jumped to the height of my face, I dodged it. And then it came back before it hit the ground and landed on my back. I need y'all to stop feeding y'all dogs real food, bro. They get too powerful, bro. They're too good, bro. And then after he did that, he jumped off the wall, did a backflip, kicked me in my face, and ran off on the ceiling. Tell me why these dogs are so goddamn athletic. But that's my piece, guys. That's my piece.
Shit. I went to Christmas at my white friend Jed's house for like a few hours. And I honestly left with a bunch of scratches on my car because they couldn't keep his dog from getting to my car window, or my car door, should I say. And I know what you're saying. I don't know. I guess they're just like, I don't know. Like, for me, like, the way I look at it is like, the dog's either gonna like just be there like it's dead, just laying on the ground. Like, I don't know why some dogs just look depressed. I guess people just keep their dogs for like a long time and they just get old. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
I mean, personally, I've never been a fan of dogs. So, like, I like to stay out of, like, vicinity of all types of animals, especially dogs. I just don't want no parts of dogs. Like, they like to jump and they like to touch you. I don't like people touching me in general, so I don't want no dog to touch me. So, I really just want to stay away. Like, when I was little, I used to, like, want a lot of animals, but my parents would never get me any. And then as I got older, I just came with the mindset of, all right, fuck animals. I don't need them.
Yeah.
Damn, Dre, you could have. What? What did the animal do?
I mean, I just got to a point at my age where I just made peace with the fact I was never gonna have an animal. I had fish, but my dad killed it with spraying bug spray and air freshener over the house and not covering the fish bowl. So shit. They always died. And after that, I was just like, you know what? I don't need to have animals. God just said, you're not gonna have animals. And I was like, all right, I'm cool with that.
That's good. Because if you had one of these motherfucking dogs I'm telling you about, bro, I probably would have shot that bitch. I'm telling you, bro, they get too powerful, bro. Like, think about it. Should a dog really be able to run vertically up a wall, bro? And bite your ass?
I mean, it depends on, like I said, what is being fed and how it's being trained. So, it could just do just normal things, but you never know. It could just run up and jump up walls. I don't know what to tell you.
Fuck them dogs. That's how I feel now. But hey, so how was y'all's Christmas though?
I mean, my Christmas, I'm like, y'all probably can tell by my name, Sergio. I'm Mexican, so either way, my Christmas wasn't a white Christmas and it wasn't a black Christmas. It It's actually a very weird Christmas. I wouldn't even call it a Mexican Christmas this year. Normally on a Mexican Christmas, you have a bunch of relatives and they all get drunk and then they start arguing about each other's kids and then they talk about hard work and who's doing what and who's doing this and what's going to go on within America and Mexico, who's going back to Mexico, who's coming to Mexico, yeah, all that stuff. This year, it kind of came to a surprise that it was all the uncles came, that basically it was an uncle gathering. None of the aunts came and there was no alcohol this year. It was kind of really weird, to be honest, because I'd never been really sober at a Christmas, at least after I turned 12. But either way, it was honestly weird, to be honest.
Allegedly.
Yeah, it was honestly just weird, to be honest. It was just kind of like everyone had gotten to the point where they had just been so messed up in like just their own lives that they had just like, I guess they had just missed each other from like all the arguing. Like you wouldn't expect uncles after getting drunk every year arguing with each other to like really have these like normal talks now. But like I guess like I don't know, I guess life caught up to all of them or something. I don't know. It was pretty weird.
Alright, so you had a grown-up Christmas.
It was pretty much a grown-up Christmas, yeah.
Alright. Well, who got little kids in their family?
All the little kids turned old. That's really I guess what happened is that
I got, not me per se, but my cousin got two little ones. And one's a new one, about I think 3 months now, I can't say, and one's 3, turning 3. So, you know, all the women in the family are infatuated over the little kids. You know, oh, let me talk to you. What you going through? What's going on? And oh, look at the new little baby and such. And I'm just sitting there making beats in the corner, you know. And I'm just like kind of withdrawn because I think this may be just a me opinion, but I'm over holidays. I like my family, but I'm over the concept of holidays. It's just like another day to me now. Like I don't mind, of course, coming together as family and whatever, having a celebration, but just kind of the concept of holidays, I'm kind of over it. I don't know the importance of it anymore. All it is about just people making money off each other and just selling stuff. And it's all about the propaganda. It's not about the actual meaning of the holiday, which is kind of made up in the first place probably. So, you know, I'm kind of over holidays personally. But
I think Christmas loses its magic when you the one that have to pick out all these motherfucking gifts for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And you don't get gifts after a certain age. You just start getting money.
yeah.
that's all I want. I don't want no gifts. Because all the gifts I want, people can't afford. So I just want money.
True. You can invest money. You can use it how you want.
It's not good money. Not for me. Like, it's $5. Like, thank you, baby.
Oh, no.
What the fuck?
My parents told me I could either have $100 cash or $300 worth of clothes if I go shopping with them together as a family. So I chose the clothes. Not because I didn't want the $100 cash, just because I really need new clothes.
I haven't bought clothes since high school. So yeah, because I'm on the grind now. All the stuff I need is more electronic and business based. So clothes don't matter to me no more. They don't matter.
For me, it's kind of different. See, when I got a lot of clothes off the $300, because like normally, like back in high school when I was really like, I guess I would just say childish, I guess, just trying to have like all the cool brands that everybody had and stuff that were really popular on Snapchat or whatever. I would spend $300 like maybe on 4 things, but $300 this year got me like 10 outfits. So, you know, I guess that's why I like clothes more, because I can get more now that I don't really care about what's on it. It's just how it looks for me.
Go to the outlet, nigga. And shit. So I mean, yeah, it loses its fizz. It loses its magic when you're not the one getting presents. You feel me? Like you're not the one that is catered to.
Yeah.
But like, I still feel like you have to hold up the tradition so like the kids, like everybody can feel the magic.
I think one thing I noticed this Christmas is that, like I said earlier, all the kids pretty much were grown up now, so there wasn't any of that childish behavior going around all the house and stuff. Was that a lot of people had money now, and they were looking at the kids and they were giving away gifts. Like my cousin, he's like one of the oldest ones. He's like 20. He gave away like $400 worth of gifts to two of his cousins. One of them was an Xbox and one of them was a PlayStation 4. And he was like, yeah, they're like the best soccer players on their high school team. They're going to go pro and they're going to remember this gift. And I was just like,
The PS5 comes out next year.
I said PS4.
I know what I'm saying. The PS5 comes out next year, so there's no point in really getting that at this point.
Yeah, no, it was on sale, but like either way, what I was basically coming at him was like, bro, if that's what your intention was, you're stupid as fuck for getting him a game system. And he was like, dude, what do you mean? Like, what else would kids want nowadays? I was like, bro, if you really want that dude to get right with soccer, get him some nice ass cleats so he feels like he's got to be a nice ass player. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no point in wearing them nice ass cleats if he ain't gonna be nice as fuck. And if he's already nice as fuck, the only thing he's gonna want to do is get nicer. Giving him a game system is just gonna take hours of his day every single day. Like,
right.
You want him to not succeed. That's what I see. Shit. People don't really think that like little gifts like these are what really affect their lives. Like, even he literally had told me an hour before we got to the house, he was like, dude, I won't lie, I regret that I entered my video game stage early. I was like, why? He's like, because if I would have hit it in 8th grade, I could have fucked up 8th grade and freshman year, and then my better grade, I would have had better grades sophomore, junior, senior year. But since I started sophomore year, all my important grades got fucked. I was like, bro, I mean, you're totally right. But that's also where I'm trying to get at is these little stages in life where you get things like game systems, where you get an addiction, they can really fuck you over in the important parts of your life where you can't go back in it, you know?
Great shit, nigga. So I never ever thought about.
Yeah, to be honest, I'll honestly let go of my Xbox, bro, just cause like I know there are memories that I can't like get back if I don't play it, but like there are just so many things that I can do at that time and stuff, you know, just especially in college, dude. You know, trying to make memories, not trying to make the time go by quick. Trying to make it last.
Okay, that was a little unexpected. Not only reason I say that because like I know Serge since he was like a kid, not like little kid, but since he was like in middle school, and like he said, he knew me when I was like trash at basketball. So
he was god awful.
Yeah. Listen. I know I said I'm trash, so we just not gonna disrespect. Like I couldn't like dribble with my hands. Yeah. But let's kind of go back to like how we all kind of like met each other, I guess.
Andre, I met you when I was just walking across the street every day to Laurel Hills, and you were always just that guy that was playing basketball himself. And I never really understood it because like I knew you went to the same school as my sister, because like my sister would pick me up and tell me, oh yeah, he goes to my school. But like I never like saw you as a guy who was really just trying to try out for like the school team or anything until I really met you, because I was just curious, like, why is this guy training so much by himself every day? Like he's low key trash as fuck. Like, no disrespect, but that was literally my mindset.
Yeah, like I said, that's the thing. Like even though I didn't know like kind of how bad I was till like I got to my senior year and realized how underdeveloped I was, because like I kind of had some fool's gold moments from my freshman and my sophomore year, but I did get better my sophomore year of high school. But it was like some fool's gold because I didn't develop better. I didn't get better development from that, so it was just kind of a plateau because the mental part of the game wasn't there. At least to the level it needed to be to actually be successful anyway. Because even though I had the few physical tools, I still didn't know how to dribble. Yeah.
And I don't mean to cut you off, but like I was just thinking about this the other day, and like and I'm really like stopping you because you said mental. I was literally telling my friend George the other day, I was like, we had the two best basketball players to recently come out of our high school Broughton. We got Devontae Graham and Jerome Robinson. Now, Jerome Robinson was taken in the first round as a lottery pick, like top 13, before Michael Porter Jr., who was expected to be top 5 in the rankings by the time college had ended. Either way, it comes to a surprise that Devontae is the one averaging like 25 points a game, and he was drafted not even first. We're talking second.
Well, let's kind of give people some backstory. Devontae is a couple years older than Jerome, and he technically is supposed to be in the league a little bit earlier, but he had some issues when he first came out of high school because he went to App State. Then, well, he didn't go. He committed, then decommitted, but he signed. I think he signed his letter already. That's why they were giving him such a hassle about releasing him, because I think he signed his letter. Mm-hmm. And then he had to go to Brewster, and then from there he went to Kansas. and he stayed at Kansas for about 3 years, and so he was developing.
Yeah.
Then was with Jerome, he was a one and done. So he went. So that's kind of how they met. Came out at the same time. Because Jerome, he was 1 or 2 years at Boston College. I can't remember.
It was 2 years. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it could probably 2, but
Yeah.
that's how they kind of met up because
Yeah.
from them being apart 2 years, they kind of met up because of the little setbacks that Devontae had.
I mean, I followed both of them on Snapchat when they were like in high school, and I still follow both of them on Snapchat to this day. And I know it doesn't really mean much, but when I see both of their Snapchat stories, just because I constantly keep up with them, because just a high school guy, my high school. But Devontae's always acting a fool. Doesn't matter if he's with Kemba, doesn't matter if he's with Miles Bridges, Michael Jordan, doesn't matter. He's gonna act a fool. That's just who he is. And when he gets on the court, he's still acting a fool. He shows it. But it's because he knows who he is. And Jerome, he's just always been that professional, really like nice, always gonna, he's gonna always be friends with everybody because of how, like, I don't know, he's just really well put together. But as far as like acting a fool and just like that, I don't know. I never really see any side of that him where he's like really energetic. He's always just seeming to always want to play the cool guy and just like, right, just right. You won't have to worry about him, type stuff. But I sometimes I think maybe that's also why he's not developing as well. He's not like, he's not getting into that groove that other players get in. He's not getting that mentality. He's just trying to take things a little bit too seriously.
Again, let's circle it back. He's on the Clippers.
He is on the Clippers.
He's the backup. Is he a point or a 2?
That's
a
another
point.
problem. Like he's
He's
a tweener. Like he can like he doesn't know if like he should score like he likes to or set up the team. And you feel me? He's a tweener. He's been a tweener ever since high school. And yeah, he does have like a more like joking, lovey side, but like you have to be cool for him to be. You feel me? Like you have to be cool before he's like that with you. He's very selective.
I got you. You would know because you played with him. Yeah, and
But the thing is, but he plays on the Clippers, so he's a backup to Kawhi Leonard, Patrick. I don't know
Patrick Beverly, Lou Williams,
so he kind of got drafted to a unexpectedly stacked team.
Yeah, unexpectedly, that's for sure.
And Devontae's on the Hornets.
The Hornets.
It's the Hornets, fam. Like they're gonna be the Hornets. So
yeah. To be fair though, it doesn't matter what team you're on. He's still coming out in those big moments.
It does matter because not saying he can't, but he wouldn't be getting that PT if he was on the Clippers.
Oh yeah, I still think he makes. I still think even in the little bit of time he had when he started off though, he because it's not even like he was always at the top. He had been on the G League Swarm team for such a long time, but every single time you gave him 20 minutes, it was 28, 32. It was just like, why am I even here, dude? You give me 18 minutes, I'm dropping 28 points on these G League players. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
right.
It's a lot of them that drop 28, though. It's all about where you're at and where you're trying to go. Because it's only 450 in the league, and that's rotating 450.
Yeah.
I'm talking about spots for anybody who doesn't know. It's 450 spots in the NBA. That's throughout the year. And it's rotating because you don't got players getting traded, dropping off, all that type of stuff. So it's a lot of movement going on, but 450. So you got to figure out what do they need, and are they going to tank? Are they trying to win, or are they just in the middle trying to figure out where their future's going to go? So it's a lot that goes into this players getting picked on the team. It ain't just I'm nice, let me get put on this or that team. It's not how the game works.
That's all it is.
For example, look at Melo. Melo plays on the Blazers, and he was.
Why you gotta bring up Melo, man?
Because I seen the highlights of what he did last night.
What did he do last night?
Last night, the
Showtime.
Blazers played against the Jazz, and in the last seconds of the game, Melo, they had the final shot to tie, and Melo had the ball at the top of the key. You have CJ and Dame on the. I don't know if they're both on the left side or one was on the left, one was on the right side of the 3-point line. And
sounds good so far.
Yeah. Melo had 1 or 2 guys right in his face. And what did he do?
He thought he was Nuggets, Melo.
He pulled up.
Oh my God.
And he bricked it.
Jesus Christ.
And Twitter was going crazy. I seen one that said. I seen one that said that was like, yo, it's had the NBA, the bench, both of the benches, and Adam Silver said, "Oh, Melo, this is going up."
This shot.
And then had Melo at the bottom said, "Oh, this is going up," and it went up and it break.
Well, back to trying to get away from this topic, but kind of trying to stay on it. Where did you like when you were? I'm not sure if you were keeping up, but when you saw that Jerome got drafted to the Clippers, what were your? Because we are obviously was the team wasn't stacked like it is now. What was your mindset of what did they want Jerome to be at the time?
This isn't a shot, but I didn't think he was getting drafted that high.
Of course, neither did I. Nobody did.
Keeping it a buck with you, I was like, oh, he got drafted that high?
Yeah,
Because I saw him coming along in the college season. Over the course of that last season he had at Boston College, I was like, he's picking up, and he got picked on the lottery. I was like, oh, cool. And so yeah, I was just trying to figure out what was going on after that point, and I was like, yeah, it was just. But what I expect, I kind of guess, I expect was, all right, let's see what he does. See what he does.
All right. Well, okay, so. As I was talking about earlier, both of these players that we just talked about right now, Devontae and Jerome, they came from Broughton. And it's no surprise that Broughton is arguably the biggest high school in Raleigh right now, or one of the biggest. Obviously has the biggest gym in the state, one of the biggest gyms on the East Coast. Pretty much, why is it that, what do you think, or what do y'all think? Why is it that Broughton has already had such great talent to get in and has already had players get to the league? You know, we go from, Pete Maravich to Jerome to Devontae to maybe a few more players I'm missing. But either way, why is Broughton, for such a big name and how much wealth it has behind it, why has it not become a big sports team in regards to like football and basketball and stuff like that?
Ooh, good
It
question.
obviously has the spotlight. It has the money.
I think I know the answer.
You were part of the team on varsity one year or a few years. So yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, I think I know the answer. Because
We should be one of the best teams easily in the country. Easily. Every year. There's no doubt.
like, let's just go back to my team.
Yeah.
Like the
Okay,
level
your
of
class.
talent we had.
You had Jerome on that team.
Right. We had guys coming off the bench. They could have like easily started on the team. On any other team.
Any other team in the country.
But you put a lot of talent on one team, you still have to coach them.
Kind of like the
that's-
Celtics.
Yeah. You still have to put players in positions like to either get a bucket, get a stop, or assist another player. Like when you don't know what your players' strengths are and you just play them by how tall they are, you understand? Like Jerome, by all means, was a 2-guard. To his blood, all the shooting plays should have been towards either him or Roy, right?
Exactly, Roy.
And first of all, why was Roy a power forward when he was clearly a 3? Jerome was clearly a 2. He was playing 1. Darren was playing 1. He's taking these guys, he's putting the best scorers on our team in position to distribute the ball and like for majority of the game be like near the rim when there's, you feel me? Roy was a great shooter, right?
Yeah. He was an amazing shooter.
Why the fuck is he posting up all the goddamn time?
You're right. You're exactly right.
Jerome was a great scorer. Why is he taking the ball up for and passing it to someone who can't score as well as him?
That's true.
So that's what he had to.
Do you ever feel like, because this is a really common thing, even after you graduated and Andre graduated, it went every year after year. Do you feel like there were several guys on the team that got picked over guys that were easily way better? Easily.
It's no question, bro. It's like
It's not just a Broughton thing. To that.
Oh, I know it's
Yeah,
not just a
it's
Broughton
all-
thing, but what I was saying was that, do you think that was also another big factor?
I mean, it's
Yeah,
a lot of
because-
people that went through Broughton that could have played there, but it didn't fit their system. Also, you got to think, I don't know. You can attest to this more than I can, but what's the Broughton system like?
broad system. Look, you go from Daniels. I don't give a fuck what you do in the trials. You go from Daniels. Did you play in a middle school team? Can you talk to the coach? People, they want the easiest possible decision they can make because they don't want to like get one guy who plays amazing and you mean like the trials, but it's also a very streaky player. Doesn't play.
They want to be comfortable.
Yeah, like just a job interview. You're not gonna get the guy that nobody knows about. It's never worked anywhere in his life. You want to get the guy who's like, oh yeah, this guy's great. Mm-hmm. Take him. He's been doing internships. He's been doing this and that.
Yeah.
So they're gonna make the easiest possible decision on themselves. And when they pick the guys, it's like a bond between player and coach. Mm-hmm. Like it doesn't have to be necessarily family, but like if say Jerome, the best player on the team, happens to like someone else who's on the team and he's not the greatest player, and there's other people that's better than him, do you really think, you feel me, the coach is gonna say, yeah, fuck that?
Oh yes, totally. Because when I tried out for like 2 years, there were guys like
and we needed
there were guys like
point
Jesse
guard
and Tyler who were like they played Daniels with me, and they pretty much had 2 other guys. I forgot what their name was, but they pretty much would run the plays with them during tryouts. And they would specifically always help them in tryouts with the plays because they wanted them to like be on the team. And I was over here getting lost. I'm over here like, yo, can you run this back? And like I would just be out there looking dumb, and because they wouldn't help me. And I'm over here like, bro, I don't want Farrell to know that I don't know the play. Like, can you not help me out, bro? Like you're already on the team. But
well, it's like it's setting you up to lose when you break it down like that, because it's like trying to like throw in an alley oop to somebody who don't know the alley oop is coming.
Yeah.
It's like, you got the other dude trailing and stopping at 3-point line. The other dude want to throw an alley oop, like, bro, I'm trying to throw you alley, like, bro, I can't dunk. I shoot threes. Give me the ball.
Yeah. And this goes back to Broughton.
Ooh, I need to tell you something after this.
And back to Broughton, like I said, it's a really big school, a bunch of money and fame behind it. And in regards to money, there's a big obvious Devontae. We got Devontae. I'm not talking about Devontae Graham. I'm talking about Devontae. His name is just Devon. He's a booster. He's a booster. He's a booster child, or was a booster child. I'm pretty sure he might still be. But either way, at the time, he was one of the fastest people in the state. Maybe the fastest. One of the best football players on the team. Maybe the best. And he was a booster child to the family, and so was his younger brother Tyre. But it just surprises me that even though Broughton like has booster families, we want to be good at sports, we just can't be good at sports because of this. Because it's like we'll give the money, we have the news all around us, we have the gym, we have all the tools and stuff, but we refuse to change our system. That is the last thing we want to do.
Well, the problem
and another thing with this blindside shit, that shit doesn't work. 90% of these niggas are just okay. You're not just gonna get a dude out the street who's like 6'10", he doesn't play any sports and doesn't have a family. That shit is over. You're not gonna find any more blindside shits. Go ahead.
Cause you gotta have good coaching. Like it's not even just a Broughton problem. This is a whole basketball. This is a whole sports problem, though. Honestly, because there's just a lot. I'm looking at this in the league now. It's not a lot of good coaches. Like that's why it's a lot of this basketball is not as interesting as it used to be, because it's not a lot, and players don't develop. It's not a lot of good coaches and trainers, and we're in the era of the trainers that are doing it for clout. We're in the area we're in the do it for clout era. So it's gonna be a lot of people saying that they do this and that, but they not really doing to teach you anything. So it's just a lot of people just doing it just so to say they're doing it, and it's people stuck in their ways because that's how they think the new era is supposed to go, or they just want to stick back with the old way that works, but it doesn't work because as great as the past school we went to was, we don't have that many basketball championships. We don't have them.
Nope.
We're not when people talk about basketball and hoops, our name doesn't come up. That name doesn't come up.
And individuals.
And it's funny that we host the Holiday Invitational. Why am I saying we? I don't go there no more. Why? I was funny that brought the host.
You're an alumni, shit.
That's true.
You invested, you devoted your time to that bullshit.
Got the diploma.
Yeah,
you did them 125 hours of community service. You better have the damn right privilege to say we. Fuck those community service hours. That shit's bullshit. I know people who transferred away from Broughton because of them community service hours. That's how serious it was.
But the thing is, it's like we have the Holiday Invitational, and they call it the Hoop State. I never understood that why they call NC the hoop state. I never understood. Well, especially from where I'm from, and part of Raleigh where I'm from anyway. In order to go actually hoop, you either gotta walk to a basketball court that they don't want you at after a certain part of time, and you gotta go to a gym that they might not even let you in because they're not even open at certain hours of the day, and you gotta go like 30 or 40 minutes across town just to get or pay just to actually get a hoop session in if you're a kid.
Yeah.
So why we call it a hoop state if it's really not?
It's a hoop state.
Hoop culture.
I mean,
It's not a hoop state for you. It's not a hoop state for the black kids. Think about it. There's plenty of places to play if you got money.
Oh yeah,
There's plenty of places to play. It's almost too many places to play.
that's for sure.
You go to some courts, it's not even motherfuckers there because there's so many other courts. You feel me? It's a hoop state.
Yeah, but
Raleigh is a rich town. For remember that. Like, they're not setting up this shit for people who don't make over a certain. You feel me?
Yeah, that's the part. That's the only part about living here that I never understood. It's just a lot of stuff I wanted to do I can't do here unless I make it myself, which I'm doing now. I got my podcast. Got my own studio in my house. So
Hell yeah.
like I said, when I get enough money, I'm gonna build a court at my own house, a studio, whatever. But it's not a lot of opportunities here. You got to make it for yourself, unless you're in. Or unless you know the people who run stuff here or affiliated with people who run stuff here. So you got to know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. Mm-hmm. Granted, that's not even just here. That's anywhere. But growing up as a kid, I didn't know that. Like going around and trying to figure out how to get good. Why I sucked at basketball in one of them, besides me, one, I didn't work as hard as I thought I worked. One. And two, I didn't have nobody to teach me how to hoop. That's why I was bad. So for so long, my mom didn't want to spend money on me learning how to hoop. So like playing AAU and stuff. So it was just I never learned fully how to hoop. That's why I was bad for so long because I never learned until I got older, and it was too late.
Yeah, for me, hooping it was kind of different. My dad, that's all he wanted to spend money on was hooping. He didn't want to spend money on anything else. And it was funny because, I won't lie, my dad's a little bit racist. He's pretty racist. But he's kind of on, a different type of racist. Not like a really hate type racist. It was kind of like growing up. I was like, hey, Dad, I want to play with my white friends in rec.
Yeah, they didn't trust him.
I want to play with my white friends in rec. I like dropping 20, 30 points a game. It's fun. No, son, you're going to suck when you grow up. I want you to go to Gardner and play with all the black kids.
But look, in hindsight, he was right.
No, he was. Because had I not trained in Gardner Road for year after year after year, I would have been trashed. I would have never played for middle school.
I did the regular league stuff. I can tell you.
Exactly.
I sucked.
Exactly.
So what your dad told you was exactly 100%.
Right.
If I would have went to Gardner, I would have been nice.
Oh, for sure. Most definitely. Yeah, and it came to me. That's why I trained every single day, and I made Daniels, and I was just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make Broughton. There ain't no way I'm gonna make Broughton. Like everybody makes Broughton. Went to Daniels. I was even starting some games. And I know Coach Coleman because he played at G Road or coached at G Road. Oh yeah, I'm in there.
Well,
go to tryouts.
Going back to the system. I'm backpedaling a lot. We damn near moonwalking in this bitch. But let me tell you, brother, when they set up a group, and they had a young group too, they got us. When they get y'all directly out of high school, bro, there's a gap year where nobody's gonna get on. Mm-hmm. So you feel me? And they're not gonna let new players on, but they're not gonna let people know that you not gonna get dropped, right? Yeah. So everyone's playing their game depends on it. Yeah. So when you ask niggas what's the plays? They don't want you to know the plays because they think they're still fighting for a spot. Oh, yeah,
for sure. And I knew it was politics came with it because when I was when we were having a meeting about because we already knew and I kind of low-key knew, but I didn't want to act like I knew because I was I'm going to keep this on the low. So when I get picked, I can act like I didn't know. It was the selection for who was going to get invited to the summer games for Braun, summer practice games. We all came to the meeting, but guess who didn't get invited? Sirs didn't get invited. And that's when I knew it was politics. I was like, really? But
if you go to the meeting, Coach Farrell's damn near shaking the hands and hanging on the backs of the players. And you feel me? Like, it's no secret. Jerome's here.
Yeah. Well, either way, I didn't get asked to play on the summer practice games, even though I played for Daniels and Jessup and Tyler and all them did. So I was kind of like, okay, they somehow know Farrell better than I do, I guess, because like, shit. I was on the team too. I played like there were times where Tyler would throw up, and this is hilarious. Tyler would literally throw up before we played East Gardner. He didn't want any of it. He did not want, what was that bald dude's name that was like low key nasty? I forgot what his name was. Yeah, like
wait. Do I know him?
Yeah, he was like bald and really long and lanky and like but
yeah. Oh, you talking about Key and D.
Yeah. That was also a really tall guy that was better than Jerome. Not Jerome, Jeremy at the time too. But what was I gonna say?
You was talking about you not getting invited to the summer.
Yeah. So that's when I kind of knew there was like a little bit of politics involved and stuff like that. Like, you hit back to it earlier. It's around everywhere. You gotta know someone, and that's everywhere. But Raleigh is just one of those like extra places where like people in Raleigh, most people in Raleigh when they grow up, they're the type of people that are gonna be like, this is where I like to live. I'm gonna have my family here. I'm gonna have my families here. It's not like the typical, oh, I'm tired of this place. I'm gonna move to Cali or I'm gonna move that. No, Raleigh people like to live in Raleigh. That's it. We're not, if they're gonna have a beach house, they're gonna have a beach house, but they're not gonna have their own real house somewhere out of Raleigh.
But you gotta be old and washed.
Oh.
Yeah, this is where you come to sell down.
This is when you get washed. You come back here. You don't say, yo, I'm trying to make millions here unless you're in tech or trying to go work for corporate America. Yeah, so this ain't the place where you say, yo, I'm about to run my own business. Not saying you can, because there's a few places around here that I know that are doing it. But if you're trying to make it like big per se, you can make your name here. But you're probably going to have to leave here to really expand. For sure. Unless you're doing something that's never been done before and everybody else comes to you. Then that's a little different.
For sure.
But you just got to figure out the place around here where to establish that at. That's going to be the issue. Where are you going to go? And I'm not saying leaving. You ain't even got to leave North Carolina. But Raleigh, you may have to leave Raleigh specifically.
Oh, for sure.
Charlotte. Or somewhere else, But, yeah, man, it's just a lot that goes into coming up here. And,
oh, yeah.
Hey, keep hanging out with those white guys who don't like, if you have a grudge towards them, like, hide that shit. Like, be around those guys. And they will, like, it'll change your life. Because majority of the white people that, like, that was on the team, like, with Mitten, his dad probably owns half of Raleigh.
Oh, yeah.
Will
Minton?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Will Minton is doing well. I don't even know what the fuck he's
doing.
He's
at UNC's in Deke. Yeah, I know. He's like probably going to go to law school. But now that you mentioned that, you kind of reminded me of something. Because we're talking about politics and we talked about Broughton. And this was the last thing. We will get away from Broughton after this topic. This is the last thing. And this is because it gets into racism in Broughton. And it does have to do with basketball. No, I'm not going to talk about these like the random racial comments, Snapchat videos. No. This had to do with basketball and racism and how the season ended. Okay. Now, Broughton, as we said, we're always a good basketball team. Are we ever great? Do we ever have any accomplishments? No. I mean, shit. We got to the state championship game with Devontae and Jerome, and we couldn't even play both of them good at the same time for some reason. I don't know why.
For some
reason, the great idea was to not have the two best players in the game at the same time. The two people that went to the league. But either way, my last year as a senior, I tried out because I knew even though the team wasn't going to be that good, it was still going to be arguably the best team in the conference besides Gardner or Millbrook. And they made it to the playoffs and they had a great record. They were expected to at least make it to the second, third round, which is honestly pretty good. It's not that bad. They didn't make it past the first. And the only reason that was because the chemistry was done, and it was all because of racism. Of course, there's always these white parties that Broughton has. There's always that exclusive rich white old-headed group that has exclusive parties for themselves and no one else. And they had it. One of them were captain of the basketball team. I think it was Jessup. They had it, and they were playing a bunch of music. Everyone was drunk, and a video leaked out of Jessup and his best friend Foster sweeping the floor and acting like gorillas or something, and they were saying the hard R multiple times. It got out. Someone exposed them.
Wait.
It got out. Someone exposed them. And shortly after, Broughton was in a feud because everybody was like, if Farrell doesn't kick Jessup off the team, Farrell has to go, pretty much. It was either Jessup or Farrell.
The team?
So he got kicked off the team and he got suspended from school for 2 days. That's right, 2 days for saying the hard R. And by that I mean he should have gotten more than that.
He should have his ass beat. He dapped me up last week. I touched his hand last week. He didn't call me.
Well, hold on. Before we go further, us as people of color, we have to stop acting like white people. Don't say it. We got to just stop that right
I
now.
don't give a fuck. They can't say it around me. I better not hear any other person say that.
Okay, fair enough. To you around you, fair enough. But we gotta stop looking at trying to get acceptance from white people. We have to stop. We got to stop because it's not gonna help us get where we need to be. It's not gonna do nothing for us because it's a lot of people of color, especially black people, who want to look to the white man and say, "You're the reason why I can't succeed." That's bullshit. It's bull.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying, like, I told him to stay around us white guys. Look, if there was a whole bunch of black guys doing the same type of work, I would say the same thing. My brother, that's why my brother is an example. Like, he hung around them. Like, I'm not gonna put anybody's business out on the line, but like, he got offered like multiple jobs that he would never have gotten offered just from being around some of these guys. And these guys own companies. It doesn't matter what color. I don't know why I said white guys, but like I even got like offered a job doing some shit on Amazon for like $15 an hour.
That's what's up.
Never heard of the job in my life. Like,
that's what's up.
You got a network.
It's just kind of like, you know.
I mean, like, you're not. The thing is, the whole race and color thing. It doesn't hold weight because people are gonna be people regardless, whether they look purple, green, yellow, whatever. People are gonna act like people, and every person has a history that you may or may not know of. So, how I look at it is, I'm gonna look at everybody and approach everybody until they show me that I need to treat them different.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. If somebody treats me like shit, all right, fuck you. It don't matter what you look like. It don't matter. Because at where I work at now, I sit at a front desk. It'd be cool most of the days with you. Every now and then you get those people that like give you their ass a kiss. It's like, all right, fuck you. I don't say that, but in my head it's like, all right, fuck you.
Yeah.
Cause they can't get what they want. They think they get to talk to you and treat you any time of way. Like, nah, bro.
That's unacceptable. I get you.
Like, nah, that's not what we doing here. So it's like, all right, you treat me like shit. All right, you a bitch. So what? Get the fuck out of my face. It's really just that simple.
I only mentioned that incident just because when I heard about it and I saw the video, I mean, I was teammates with Jess in middle school. I'd seen him clown around and stuff like that, but never in my mind did I ever think he would be like, you know, I knew he was part of that crowd, but from a basketball sense, seeing him around a bunch of black guys all the time and practicing with him and playing AU with him and stuff like that. That's where I was like, oh, now I'm really offended. You're gonna be with your black teammates every day, dap them up, treat them like brothers, and then get drunk and then act completely different, and then just like laugh and act. Like, that's what I'm saying. It was an act. It's an act.
It's a heck.
You know?
It's too hard, bro. For like white people. Look, they're not even popular. Look. So
no, but the only reason why I was offended,
style anymore.
That was the example. That was the perfect example of a white man dapping up, looking professional in front of black people, and then turns his face around, gets with the white people, gets drunk, now starts making fun of them.
They're gonna hate us and y'all just because they're going out of style. It's not interesting to date. Like, if you notice, all these white girls are dating black guys.
Yes.
Even Indian girls dating black guys.
Oh, yeah.
Or Mexican guys. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, they're not even interesting anymore, bro. So now they're fighting. You might have this, but I got this. They're holding shit over our head now. So like, they're never gonna fully. You feel me? Like you, just like you, if your older brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Dominating you your whole life. You
for me, I bring it back to the basketball thing. Like, in basketball, the brotherhood with basketball couldn't get you from even being drunk and being like, you know what? even though that's me, I've been around them too much. I can't even say it now anymore.
To respect.
If that wasn't enough to respect them, especially when you've been there every single year with them, bro, like, what is, I don't think that ever will go away from you, bro, because you've already spent years and years. I think that's just you for life. That's just who you are.
Well, obviously, we all know that racism is taught. It's not. Yeah. People aren't born racist unless it's in their bloodline, but it's
let's
taught.
Think about how the first racist motherfucker come about.
Shit. I'm gonna just assume that the black guy was in better shape and looked better, and the white guy was just not good looking, and he just said,
"Fuck that guy."
Fuck.
It came from pettiness, and it just someone just perpetuated it. It's people gonna be petty no matter what color you are. It just so happens that black people were better than them.
Yeah, it just so happens that it's just so obvious now. You got people like even Dwayne Wade saying they're not even hiding who they are anymore.
I mean, they shouldn't have been hiding to begin with. Nobody should be hiding who they are.
Jessup was hiding it.
But the thing is, like, why? For what? If you really don't mess with me, then just say it. It ain't gonna hurt me none. That's a problem. People get offended over people that don't matter.
No, that's tough to do, Dre.
What?
Because it's always, if you can't beat them, join them type shit. Like, there's few.
Well, that's their fault.
Motherfuckers. Look, I held up 3 hands. There's 3 motherfuckers probably in the whole planet. There's like white guys bold enough to say, "Hey, look," and be in the room with black niggas and be like, "Hey,
I don't
fuck all y'all.
I don't fuck
everybody in this group."
Well, there's a difference between being real and being smart. That's just stupid. Yeah. Like be in a room with like 15 black dudes and you white, you said "fuck you niggers." Like that's not smart. But I'm saying you can still be authentic. It's more respectable if you're authentic than to shake my hand and then go to a party and say, "Yo, look at all these bitch ass niggers." Like no, like that's not. It's not. Well, it's just a morality thing. But a lot of people in the society we live in nowadays don't have morals, so they don't care.
Mm-hmm. Right.
We live in a society where
scamming is cool now.
Yeah, being fake and scamming is cool. So it's a lot of that going on. Instead of being real and authentic, that's not cool anymore. So nobody's trying to do it. You got people telling on each other, getting out, that when they was doing some shit they knew they weren't supposed to be doing, and then being it's cool now. And then you got other people talking about scamming, it's cool. And you talk about people fucking other people that are in relationships when they in one, that's cool. So
fuck you, bitch.
You got people addicted. You got people addicted on drugs now because one minute they're listening to it when they were like 12 years old, and now they're like 17 doing the drugs that they were listening about.
Because it doesn't get better. It always gets worse. Talking about the process of life. It's never going to be as great as it was before. As we know, the greatest days of this society is probably behind us. There's going to be some great things that'll come out of this in the future where we're at now, but it's going to be, as far as the overall morale, it's going to dip. But you as an individual just have to go and take it inside yourself to build your own mental gratuity and just say, hey, I'm going to be who I am, and I'm going to not have to do what they doing over there, what those other people doing on that side. I'm going to just do what I got to do.
But you know what's funny? Like, they say, like, the more time goes on, like, the more we're, like, and since back in that, you feel me, like, way back when motherfuckers had to, like, whatever island you was born on, that's it. Like, you stay there for the whole rest of your life. Motherfuckers can get from here to Africa in, like, 12 hours, you feel me? So, like, all these black people, white people, and Mexican people, all these motherfuckers are gonna, like, mix. And, like, when there's no more, like, definitive color, bro, what are these niggas gonna be racist at? It's gonna be something. That nigga's pencil too sharp.
That's the fear. That's the fear, though. That's the white fear that they're gonna be extinct. They're expiring, bro.
Black people will be extinct if you think about it. We'll be mixed too.
To be honest, probably more light skinned.
Well, the human race might be extinct at some point. That's what people are not understanding.
Yeah. I mean, dude, as we're talking right now, it's like almost the end of December. What? It was hot as shit the entire day. Bro, I've been outside, bro.
It's not even Christmas, bro. It's not.
It's after Christmas.
It's like 70 degrees.
It's like 70
it's
degrees.
Not even winter, man.
I bought all my cousins' winter jackets. They can't even wear them, bro.
It's not. It's no more seasons, my nigga.
The seasons are done.
It's summer year round, bro. It's like
Pretty
we have
much.
a rain season. We finna have a rain and dry season, my nigga.
I kid you not. People were at the pool last week in my apartment. I was just like, how is it warm enough to be in the pool right now? Like, someone tell me.
Man. It's a lot of things that go on that it's just you got to tune it out. Because if you tune it in, it's gonna mess up your brain. Because a lot of people out here just messed up. That's just to be honest. A lot of people out here are crazy, deranged, depressed, on pills, listening to too much media, don't know what they're really taking in as far as entertainment from TV, music. Because it is entertainment, but that entertainment is made to program you. Like, let's just keep it a bean. Like, these TV shows ain't made in movies and music. It ain't made by accident.
You right.
They're made to pass on these messages to get in the national brain of society. Like, yo, we want you to think like this and think about and accept this, that, and that. But that's why everybody's going crazy. It's too much.
Right.
Yeah.
The human brain isn't evolving faster than the technologies we have. You're right, bro. Everything you see in these movies is not an accident. And if you don't believe, that's what they're teaching us now. We're in creative fields. Like, this is what they teach us, to put these ideas in, like have more ideas in and have
hidden
more like
messages.
Symbolization. Like, if you don't believe me, watch every Disney movie animated, bro.
Watch Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, and try to see like this, even the small shit. Like every time, like the main character's talking, there'll be like a line going through the middle of his head, like pointing towards his eyes, and like they know how to make us look at certain shit on the page. You feel me? Like,
I got you.
They're controlling you down to a T to where your eyes point, nigga.
Yeah, I mean, even the other day, I was watching my favorite sports show. It was Undisputed, and I was just over here like, why y'all talking? I was over here just like, why y'all talking about politics all the time? I'm like, go back to LeBron. Like, I don't want to hear y'all about politics. Like,
it's business. That's big business, man. It's the business now. It's not, because talking about sports doesn't make money anymore. And on top of that, the people that are just talking about sports, they aren't that good at it. So they have to bring in something else that will drag somebody in, like politics, and beat that to death, because that's what they're trying to push. Yeah. The political game they're trying to push.
I think it's money, man. It's money.
Oh, well, that's what I was going to start. Yeah, it's all about money, bro. Yeah. But politics and being woke brings money. Being woke in politics brings money.
Some people, they'll hold on to their image over money, though. They'd rather hold on to their image.
Oh,
I know a bunch of places where they could have been more successful, like using somebody else for a specific position, whether it be a basketball team, whether it be a football team. It don't matter. It had to do with the image. Do the Dallas Cowboys need Dallas Prescott to be the starting quarterback? I'm a Cowboys fan. Hell the fuck no, we don't need that man. But god damn it, he's a light skinned, clean looking black guy that all the fucking white Cowboys fans fucking love, and so does Jason. I don't care if it's like a other white guy or if it's like some really like dark black skinned dude. Give me some guy that can play football, not some guy that every time you get him in the post interview for playing shitty, he's gonna say the right words every time. Like, I don't care about that. Like, no.
Well, certain organizations and people have built up their image because that's how they market to get people to watch their games. And it wouldn't make sense to put Lamar Jackson on the Cowboys. It wouldn't make sense.
Even though we'd probably make it to the Super Bowl, because the image wouldn't be the image it is.
It wouldn't make, but that's not how they built their image off of, so it doesn't matter.
Because the image isn't about wins. It's about America's team. We never win. Fuck. It's about being
America's team.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than that, right?
Yeah, but look at what is America? Who represents America now, at least?
Donald Trump.
Sorry.
Pretty much, pretty much.
Donald Trump.
And the people who supports them, that's America, pretty much. And that's why people are so in an uproar, because they didn't think this what America was and stood for. Where they were like, yo, this has been America for as long as the white people came and took over. This is America. Like, that's why people in such mad of an uproar. It's not clicking. It doesn't make sense to them. They thought America was different. Like, nah, fam.
It strikes me as surprising, because every time these white people, like, they're always talking about this and that, like this and that with politics, how it's affecting them economically. It's always the white people who I'm like, you could get affected economically. You still be doing 4 times as better than me. Like, shit.
They're talking just to talk, though. At that point, they're talking just to talk because they know that. They're just talking because they have to fill a role.
I guess.
Feel like all the rest of these analysts and people around are doing. They're filling a role. That's why they're just doing it. They're just talking.
It really just shows me though, like they want all the money they can get. They're not even satisfied with just being like already good at where they're at. They're like, nope, I need more money. I don't care if I'm making triple figures already.
Greed, man.
Like,
Greed.
I'm over here like my parents would love to be making like anything close to triple figures.
It's great. Greed is something that something a lot of people don't understand, but understand at the same time. Because when it attacks you and it gets you, it's not gonna let you go.
Yeah.
Once that gets a hold of you, you can't. Some people just can't stop it. It's like an addictive drug.
For sure.
It's like somebody popping his in and somebody smoking crack for the first time and trying to chase that high.
Yeah.
But you will never get it again because it's the first time and it's the only time you're to get that high. Same thing with smoking weed. People chasing this high that they got from the first time or that one time that they just got so out of here that you will never get it. That's what makes people come back, and that's what creates the addiction, and that's what leads some of these people to being died or have brain dead. So
Yeah.
that's the only thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like kind of what you were saying earlier. Like, you gotta like for instance, with what you want in clothes. Like, you know, you don't need clothes, but you might want clothes, but you know you need the electronics and business equipment for whatever you're trying to like accomplish. So like, I guess some people, you see some people with $100,000 and it looks like they make $60,000 a year just because they want to buy expensive clothes. You see them with the same outfits like every other day, or that you see them with like I don't know, just like a nice looking car, but it doesn't run well, because they can't pay for the expenses to fix it because of how expensive it is. Right. Whereas you guys see some people with 60 grand a year, they got a nice, maybe not a good looking car, but it runs as good as any other car. It's maintained well. They got a nice apartment. They're not stressing every day. But you see the other guy always thinking about bills, even though he looks like he's rich.
Yeah, but nice and being successful is always subjective though, because a nice car to one person could cost $1 million, but nice to another person could cost like 20. So that's kind of subjective. But I get what you're saying though. You can have the quote unquote the luxury car, but those fucking parts, and every time you get an oil change or something goes wrong, and it costs fucking $1,000 or like $400 a tire and something to get that shit fixed. When in reality, if you get just a car that it does this job and it looks all right, you don't have to pay that much to get it fixed and get developing. So
I guess what I was trying to look at was like people who like spend a bunch of money to look like they're doing all right or look like they're doing really good at the time, instead of like trying to use their money wisely to look better for the future, because they refuse to look at the current, to let people know that at the current state they're in, they're not doing as well. So they'll dress up in a way where they feel like they look good and they're doing good.
Yeah. Capitalism. That's what it did to us. And the funny thing is, bro, the richest dude I know, like, comes out of the house with like a plain t-shirt.
Yeah, plain
t-shirt. Yeah, the wealthiest people
would just wear Walmart t-shirts. Humongous. His car, he has like a Bentley. You feel me? Like everything that is involved with his personal life is magnificent. He just doesn't spend much money on clothes or like where his kids go to school. Like he could really give a fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah, the most wealthiest people probably wear a Walmart t-shirt and the same jeans every day. They just have different sets of the same jeans because, hygiene and shit like that.
Of course.
So, yeah, man, it's a lot of things that go on. You just have to, where are your priorities at? What do you got to ask yourself when you're developing your life? Because it takes a while to actually develop mentally. It takes, I don't know exactly the number, but until you're about like 20 something, that's when your brain fully develops for real.
Oh, gotcha.
So my advice to like younger people is please stay away from drugs, like all of them. I know you're gonna, of course, you may or do whatever you may get into because of peer pressure and whatnot.
Does marijuana count?
Yes, marijuana counts because it does fuck up your brain cells. I don't know people who like to down that, but it does, and it makes people sleepy. Of course, it has different effects on everybody, but depends on what you're smoking and who you're doing it with, and you gotta have knowledge to actually what you're doing. Just be cognizant of the fact that it is gonna mess with you later in life. You ain't gonna see it now, but you're gonna see it when you get about 30 to 40.
Hey, when you go to the doctor's office and they ask you like, "Are you smoking, bro?" I'd be like, "Not, no, because not cigarettes. So I've smoked weed multiple times. Nobody ever counts weed, bro."
Yeah, I'm a constant weed smoker, so like I'm not on that anti-drug, but like I totally get where Andre's saying, because even I will attest to the fact that I really started smoking weed when I got out of high school, because I got my own apartment and stuff, and no one could tell me what to do, no one could boss me around. And well, shortly after, I witnessed the biggest academic slump I'd ever had in my entire life, and it wasn't cause of the, you know, most of y'all are probably thinking, oh, it's because you were smoking weed when you should have went to class. You were smoking weed when you should have studied. Hell no, I'm not that stupid, okay? The whole point of me having my apartment was that I could smoke weed at any point in time of the day. So you know what that meant to me? It meant I didn't have to stress any point of the day of, oh, can I smoke weed at this time? Can I smoke weed at this time? No, I was chilling. I was like, I can do whatever I want, and whenever I want to smoke, I can go smoke. But see, that's where I'm trying to support Andre's point is, even though I was studying, even though I was doing my homework, when it came to test day, my brain cells are not how they were supposed to be.
Because it makes you just like, weed makes you like, hey, if the world blew up, like, and you smoke a little bit of weed, it's not that bad.
It really ain't.
It's not that bad. I'll get a new house.
Shit. I'll wake up after this nap.
Because as men,
when you taking that test, you're like, what your brain should be like, what is the right answer? When you're on weed, you're like, hey, shit, I don't know, I'm gonna just put C
No,
down.
exactly. I was just like, shit. I was like, all I know is I'm not gonna die if I fail this test, man, so I'm good.
but like on a serious note, like as men, especially in this society now, we gotta keep our head on straight, man, because there's so many things that are going against us on purpose that we got to look out and be knowledgeable about, and just know that we got to make sure we're focused and keeping our head on straight, because if we're not, we're going to get sucked into what everybody else is getting put into, and we're going to be lost just like the rest of them. So we got to keep our focus and keep our head on straight and try to eliminate all distractions, because in order for us to really develop mentally, we got to be by ourselves. We got to have that alone period in our life to figure out exactly what we're going to do and how we're going to do it and to get our full development. Yeah.
Who we are when no one else is around.
Yeah.
Because that's really who you are, bro. Like that music you listen to because you don't want anybody else listening to you because they think you're weird. That's the music you really like, bro. That's straight up. You really like that shit.
Really like this.
Even me, back to the drugs, I caught myself addicted freshman year, dude. And this was how I and dead ass, like, if you're doing this, you just got to straight up look in the mirror right now, bro. You're addicted. And this ain't like a doctor telling you you're addicted like everybody. Like, no, this is a person that still smokes weed that just really isn't like. Look, I'm gonna just tell you now, when I go about my day, look, like I've been doing this for like 2 hours. I haven't asked like y'all to leave or anything because I want to smoke or none. And I didn't even smoke. I was with my mom the entire day because I'm just chilling. I don't need to constantly be thinking if I don't get high, my day isn't gonna go chill. I used to go every single day and be like, yo, I need to get high before I go whatchamacallit, because then that'll be even better, or it won't be as good. And if I didn't manage to get that high, I would go pissed because I would be like, bro, this would be so much better high. I was just over here like, bro, do I really need to be high to be happy? Like, I was over here like, oh my God. I was like, I just can't believe that I really can't even hang out with my own family unless I'm high. Like, that's how bad it got. And that's when I kind of knew. I was like, when my family saw me high as fuck and they made it obvious, they could tell I was high as fuck. I was like, damn, I really forced myself into a smoke session before this because I knew I could not be happy. And today I went, I told you it was a different year. And today, the past 2 days, I've been chilling with my family sober, and honestly, just seeing a smile on their faces and just seeing them like, not worried about me and stuff. It puts me in a good mood because I know I'm in a good place, and like, I have power over myself, and I can discipline myself, and I know who I am. I know who I shouldn't be. Type of stuff.
Because it's not going to end well. I know people may or may not want to hear this. It's not going to end well. It's not. I know, unfortunately, some people don't have that actual choice that actually go and say, "Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna do this," because some people are already locked into it because of certain situations that happen. So understandable, but you can always change. You have to do a lot to change, which aka being by yourself, at least, and acknowledging you have the problem to actually change. That's the first step. So,
And that weed's making you
long
lazy.
time.
I'm gonna let you know right now. That weed's making you lazy. That's why you can't get up. That's why you can't get up when you're tired, bro. I'm letting you know right now. And when you smoke weed thinking you're gonna get up, it just makes you even lazy.
Yeah, that alone time, bro. Alone time is so underrated. You feel
It really
you might
is.
feel some, bro. If you took 1 hour a day, not even an hour, but 30 minutes a day to think deeply about like what's going on in your life, bro. Yeah, I'm pretty sure your life will change dramatically if you act on the things you find out.
and I don't know if people out there are really into quote unquote reading, but just whatever you're interested in, read about it. You'll be surprised how people look at you differently if they actually see you in public reading something. You'll be surprised.
Not even that.
Nigga,
You'll be
is that a
surprised
book?
how better you speak.
Well, y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about, man?
Cover drugs, money, women. No, we didn't talk about.
Oh,
women.
college. I got one. College.
All right.
Okay, so I'm a sophomore in high school, or in college, I mean. And I was just talking to Andre and Zoe about how I switched majors already, like in less than 2 years into college. Because pretty much my advisor going into college was like, hey, you should pretty much do what you're best prepared to do. You know, as far as credits go, you're best prepared to do this major and that major. And like, honestly, like, you really won't know what you want to do. Like, it's just the most common thing until you're like second year. And like, to be honest, and I know it sounds dumb, and you know, people say a gap year turns into a gap life. Look, if you really like know what you want to do and you know what you want to do, then take the gap year because you already know what you want to do. You know, at this point, you should just be preparing yourself for what you want to do because you pretty much you're fully dedicated. But if you don't know what you want to do, then I would just say, you know, take your prerequisites. You know, figure out, you know, just like do the alone time like we were talking about and really think deep into what you want to do. You can't be asking constant like academic advisors what you want to do because that's not you at the end of the day. They're just going to tell you what they think they need you to hear. But that's not necessarily you personally because they're not you.
You got to go on your own personal journey to search because that's what I had to do before I got to Wake Tech. I had to actually stay an extra semester at Wake Tech because I switched my major to communications and when I was going to transfer. So I ended up getting 2 associate degrees because I had to switch it to associate in arts because I was originally getting associate in science. But I had to switch it because of the areas that I was actually great at that I didn't realize. Like the creative stuff that I didn't realize I was great at, like writing and like I said, not reading, but writing and developing stuff and using my brain in creative fashion. Because going through elementary, middle, and high school, I didn't really have or take many classes that I was able to express myself creatively. That's why I was going into like the science field because I didn't have a creative outlet all that time besides basketball.
Right.
And until I actually got to almost graduate Wake Tech because I just felt like so lost and so confused because I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. I just kept asking people and kept trying stuff. It's like, yo, I need to do this, that, and then like, yo, what can I do to figure out what I'm about to be doing and what I'm good at? And I ended up taking some tests and I ended up, like I said, just trying some stuff out and I figured out like, oh, all right, I'm going to the media field, communication specifically, but I took piano classes because I really want to learn how piano for some reason. Don't know, just came out of nowhere. So, like I said, playing the keys, I liked it. It was fun. And then I got into making beats, got into rapping and video creation, all that stuff. And now the rest doing a podcast. Now the rest is history. So, just try a lot of stuff. You have to try things. You got to see what you do and don't want to do in order to get where you really want to be at.
Yeah, and that gap year, bro, it's so right. That's so right. Because, like, when you get out of college and you're trying to get a job, you're not really competing against the motherfuckers that graduated with you. You're competing against that dude who took a year off and got 10,000 hours of training in whatever the fuck he really wanted to do.
Exactly.
And of course, with all the motherfuckers that's been out of school.
That and most people who don't need the gap year are already rich anyway, so they already kind of got the setup to what they're probably gonna do from their parents or whatever. People who take the gap year, it's because you need the money, you need to work, you need to save up, and you can't afford to fuck up your first 2 years. Now, if you're rich and you already got it like that, I guess do what you want to do because you're gonna have it like that in the future regardless. But you know, for the people with the gap years, you get what I'm saying. And as far as as far as trying things out, my advice to like looking at what you should try first is motivation, is going off motivation. Because for me, my freshman and sophomore year, basically starting off sophomore year and at the end of freshman year, I was always getting drunk by myself because I was depressed over like a few things. I'm not gonna talk about them things, but I was just depressed. I would get drunk by myself, and at this point, I would look at myself and I would be like, Serge, I'd be like, you're really fucked up, and at one point you need to stop drinking, but right now you're getting into your feelings and you just need to let it all out while no one's around you because you know what you're feeling right now. And I pretty much just talked to myself, like, you know, like a crazy addict or whatever. And I turned on the TV, and the first thing I saw was like videos of like sneakers, school, and this. And the school videos were from when I was applying to college. I was looking up a bunch of videos like what to do for applications, this and that. And one of them was law school application. And I clicked on it, and this was when I was drunk, and I just couldn't get my eyes off the video, bro. It was like a 40-minute video, and my drunk ass stayed there and watched the whole 40-minute video. And I was just there like, this is what I want to do. Not because like I was like, this is why I even got here in the first place. I got those grades because I wanted to go to law school, and I just forgot about it because I became Mr. Party ECU guy, you know. Fucked myself over, you know, got into drugs, shit like that. You know, bought into the whole fraternity thing, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, long story short, the only thing I had enough motivation to do was that. Even when I was messed up, I didn't want to look at dumb videos. I wanted to look at that, and that's all I wanted to learn because I was just like, you know, I refused to just let myself keep like playing video games and shit. And after that, I just stopped drinking, and I just kept watching those videos and videos and videos. And to me, even though it felt like a waste of time, I was like, no, bro, because like, the only reason I can really still watch these videos, even though somebody else wouldn't watch them for more than a minute, is because I actually like this shit. Like, I'm really motivated to, like, stay up till 4 a.m. watching these videos, endless videos about law school, because, like, you know, I guess this is really what I want to do. Like, there's nothing else, any other things with, like, school, I just turn it off right away, or I get distracted easily, bro. Like, trust me, something you really want to do, you will naturally be motivated to do it. Just because that's how much you want to do it.
Facts.
Even your real conscious can't keep yourself from your subconscious telling you to do it.
Facts.
Yo, you got a strong spirit. Cause like, it don't matter what he's going through, bruh. Something in his mind is gonna tell him like, hey, this isn't right.
It's not.
Like, some niggas will not even think twice about what the fuck going on and blame it on something else.
That's the only reason kind of at first I want to circle back to like how we all got to know each other, because I was like, I don't remember Serge talking like this, but it doesn't kind of surprise me all the way that he talks like this to this day. Because I noticed he kind of had some sense, but he just didn't have it figured out all the way yet.
I mean, to be fair, I had to go through a lot of shit. That's for sure.
Oh, we all got to go through a lot of shit to get where we are. Trust me, especially on the mental battles.
Oh yeah.
So ain't nothing to it. But y'all got anything else?
I never told you how I met y'all.
Oh yeah. Right. I mean, I met you the best. You know, honestly, the only way I can think of how I met you is just at lunch, because you were always playing at lunch in the gym, in the small gym.
Hell yeah.
And I was over here. You were the one guy that I was over here like, this ain't fair, bro. Why is the dude on the varsity team still playing at the small gym? Like, fuck this dude. He's out here. He's already starting for varsity or whatever. Like, he's got to play at the small gym too, bro. Like, this is for when the people who can't play on the team play, bro.
I got next. Damn, how did I meet Dre? It was a dark and stormy night.
I can tell you that. 6th grade, Mr. Hubbard's class. What y'all? You sat in the back. Me and you sat in the back one day. I sat next to you one day because I don't think I had a seat. He was like, yo, you hoop? I was like, yeah. Like, all right, that's what's up. And then from there we started chatting, and and we just formed a bond from that day. We wasn't like we didn't get cool till like later, but that's where it kind of like started.
Yeah.
Was like woodshop class. So like, oh, you hoop? I was like, yeah. Cause this is with me and you hooped in the rec leagues, and apparently, like, even though I was trash, everybody know me for playing basketball. It was so weird. I was like one of the most trash tall people, but everybody knew me for playing basketball.
Dre, you know my I always thought about this, bro. I was like, bro, when Dre can learn how to dribble like a guard, it will be over. And that's how it is for most big men, bro. If you can learn how to, because big men just have that thing, bro. Like, they can't move their body like a guard, bro. I don't know what it is. Because every time you dribble, bro, it's just too stiff. Like, you're standing out there like you about to post fade on someone from the 3-point line, bro.
Guards have more like strength in their like core, bro, to ship. Big men just got strength in their legs to push a motherfucking away from them, or
they're stable as fuck.
and strength in the arms from grabbing down every rebound and passing it to him.
That's why I had to learn how to shoot, man. Like I said, like I can shoot pretty much anywhere at this point. So, like I said, if I can't get to the paint and I can dribble to a degree, it ain't like I ain't nasty with it yet. I probably won't ever get nasty because I'm at the point in my life where I don't care about basketball as much because I got other stuff to worry about. So I won't ever get nasty as I knew I could have been, but if I was actually still cared about basketball, I'll be alright. I'll put it to you that way. So, and yeah, this is the end of the DZN podcast. I would like to thank everybody for listening. And if you want to follow us, see what we're doing, you can follow us on Twitter, DZN Podcast, on Instagram, d.z.n.podcast. We're on YouTube, DZN Podcast Network. We're also on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, wherever, Google Play, wherever you get your podcast at, Podbean. And yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at RetroDre, RetroD.R.E. And tell the rest of the people where they can follow y'all too at, please. So you can
follow me on Instagram and Snapchat. My Instagram is YoungPluto_08. Just released a song with my brother Dre right here, bro.
Yes, sir.
Y'all gotta listen.
And Serge, where can the people contact you at?
IG at Sergio_2345. Snapchat is the same. Thanks for listening. Happy early New Year. Let's try and make 2020 better because 2019, it wasn't so good.
All right, man. As always, appreciate y'all for coming out. Thank you. And rest in peace to all the people that had passed in 2019. And hopefully 2020 we have a better year. So, peace out. Appreciate y'all.
I think my first time hosting was